don't have to tell you what car this is. It's the Aston Martin Vantage, and it's the first one that's all new since the very first prototype showed up in 2003, and then in 2005 the production model came out, and it's changed a little bit over the years, but this is the first radical change that's happened to the Vantage in the new era of Aston Martin. As you remember, the last Vantage was sort of part GT car and part sports car. This is all sports car. And that's part of the whole ethos that Aston Martin's bringing to its line, differentiating each one of the models very much more specifically than it was in the past. Let's go drive it. Well, hi, we're in Algarve in Portugal, one of my favorite racetracks. And yes, we brought the British weather with the British car. But that's okay, because I will take any opportunity I can to drive this thing because I've been waiting for it for so long. It's the new Vantage. It uses the same, I gotta be careful because there are a lot of blind corners on this track, so if I zone out for a second, it means I'm looking at the track. Yeah, this uses the aluminum platform that we first saw on the DB11. Very, very, very stiff. Where the original Vantage was so appealing because it was part GT car and part sports car, this car is entirely built as a sports car. So it's got solid mounts in the subframe. It's got obviously this engine from AMG that they've been using a lot. 503 horsepower, 505 pounds-feet, so it is a bruiser by any measure. 0 to 60 in 3.5 and top speed of 195, so it didn't quite make it to 200, but that's okay.
A starting price of around 153 grand means the new Vantage has carved out its own niche to go with its new personality. Cheaper than a Porsche 911 Turbo and Audi R8, and slightly more than an AMG GTS, with which it shares most of an engine.
All new interior. The interior is much more befitting a sports car. You know, the thing about the last Vantage was it was a very high console because of the tunnel, because it's got a torque tube going back to the transaxle back there, which used to be an automated manual and now is a ZF automatic 8-speed, which is, if you're going to pick an automatic, the ZF is the one to pick. And actually, we hear there's going to be a manual, one of those sticks right here, pretty soon, probably in a year's time. This is really a different car than the previous Vantage. This is much, much sharper. It's got much better technology in the way of things like e-diff, where you can roll into a corner open and then have the diff close as you need the traction to get out of a corner quickly. Or in conditions like this, you can decel through a corner and still get traction where you need it. The e-diff revolution is here, and they're fast acting these days with the new chips that are much faster than the original kinds of e-diff. Even in the rain, you can tell this is a much sharper car. It's just got power everywhere.
To sum up, let's go to the notepad. Next level GT design built around functional aero. Quick, almost precognitive steering. Balanced feel and controlled but compliant suspension. And weight under 3,500 pounds. All in, the new Vantage is a huge, long-awaited leap forward in performance and, best of all, exciting, intuitive driving fun, while still leaving some margin for a more hardcore model to be named later.
This is such a good car now. Thank you, Aston Martin, for bringing a sports car to your line, making them all look different. No more Russian dolls, as the design director, Merrick Reichman, says. Cars look different, they perform different. Good on you, Aston Martin.